Today I'm going to be talking about doing work that you don't love and how to get out of it. What do you do if you're in a job and you're doing work that you don't really love and you want to get out, you want to do something different that really speaks to your soul? How do you make that transition and to be able to earn money from doing what you love? And that there's a simple thing, a shift of focus that can make all the difference. And although this video is not going to give you all the answers and the steps of what to do, but it's a shift of perception, a reframing of your situation, perceiving it in a new way that can begin to set you off on a trajectory where you're heading towards doing what you love and earning money from it. So my name is Julia and I'm an embodiment life coach. Many years ago, in about 2012, I was in the corporate world. I'd worked in corporate for most of my working life, and I had moved from Joburg to Cape Town, and I'd been in Cape Town for many years. And then I got called into the office one day, and I was offered two things. On the one plate was a relocation to Joburg. The Cape Town office was closing down, and on the other plate, retrenchment. So in my heart or in my soul, I knew that there was no ways I was going back to Joburg. And so I chose the retrenchment package. And I remember in March 2013 when I left, it was really a challenging time because suddenly my identity as this pharmacist in corporate was just gone. I didn't feel I belonged anywhere. And of course, I missed my monthly salary check, which I had been having for many, many years of my working life. And it was terrifying. It was really, really scary not to have that safe salary slip at the end of every month. So for that first year, I locumed like crazy. And locuming is basically working as a temporary pharmacist in retail. So I just locumed everywhere. I used to travel here, travel there, and secure locum shifts because I was really driven by the fear, of not having enough money and I needed to earn. But I didn't like it. I actually hated it. I used to feel so exhausted by the end of my shift because in essence, at that time in my life, I really didn't believe in pharmaceutical drugs. Even though I trained as a pharmacist, as soon as I qualified, I went straight into complementary health. So for my whole working life, I had mostly been in holistic complementary health, where there's an understanding of, the body, mind, spirit connection. And of course, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with drugs. They have their place, but there is so much more. And I was interested in holistic healing. So I didn't believe in what I was doing. It was when to get my value system. And I just kept focusing on what am I doing here? I can't do this anymore. And I remember one day I was really tired. I got home from work and I thought, no, I can't do this anymore. Something has to change. And the next morning in my meditation, when I was sitting quietly, I really asked for guidance and for wisdom. And what I got is, who are you being? Well, who am I being? Well, how's that going to help me with work? So I sat a bit more quietly and said, okay, what does this mean? And then it just dropped in. And I was so focused on what I'm doing that I lost track and disconnected from who am I being. And that really changed everything for me. Because I realized that when I rest back in my being, who I really am, beyond my roles, beyond my work, beyond what I do, trace back and rest in my being, which is always right here, always present, effortless. I realized that when I come from this place in my work, everything changes. And everything changed. And here I am years later, still locuming, and I love it because I'm now coming from my being. So I go to work with my heart open, I connect with people, I just love them, and I don't focus so much on what I'm doing. So if you are doing work that you don't particularly enjoy, that doesn't light you up inside, maybe just spend some time reflecting on who are you being when you go to work? Who is that one that is always present as you do your work? Inquire into that. Because when you make that 180-degree quantum shift or flip into being and coming from that, I have a sneaky feeling that things will change for you. And yes, you may decide to leave your work and do something else. But fundamentally, even if you go and do something else that you love more, it's still you, the being, doing what you're going to do or what you are doing. When you shift your perception from what am I doing to who am I being, something else opens up, another possibility. And that was my experience. And even though I was locuming, I studied to be a life coach, and I still do that, which I love. But I do both, and I enjoy both equally because it's always me as the being in front of a client, coaching, at the pharmacy, counting pills, listening. The being is always here. And that is the one beyond roles and personality, the one who is looking through these eyes at you. So I invite you to explore that more deeply. Instead of just focusing on what you want to do, what you don't want to do, inquire who is the one doing. Go more deeply and allow that one to be revealed. And then whatever you decide to do, when it is coming from the being imbued with that energy, there will be a quality of doing that is nourishing, fulfilling, deeply satisfying, and really adds value to people, to the world. You don't have to be in a serving profession to serve. And when you come from being, something magical happens. So go and explore that and be really curious to allow something to be revealed that maybe wasn't clear to you before. So thank you for listening. My name is Julia and I'm an embodiment life coach. And if you'd like to have a chat with me, I offer free consultations, 30-minute consultations, where we can just chat and explore and see what is possible, where you are in your life situation, and what it is that you deeply long for or need. Blessings to you.